And Josh Holmes joins us now. Josh, I saw you on the panel last night. There's lots of news to get to. You know Minnesota very well, so this has been going on for a couple of weeks now. That doesn't count the fraud. The fraud is what we were talking about before. Now this has erupted. Do you see anyone going maybe to try to turn down the temperature, de-escalate here?
Yeah, I mean, it would be nice. So, hey, just a fellow Minnesotan talking about my home state again, Dana. I must confess there are easier times to do that. The Vikings missed the playoffs, and Jacob Fry and the governor have turned what was a terrific city into just an absolute lawless chaos. You got to remember why everybody's here. The fraud started all of this. They presided over $8 billion of fraud, refused to enforce the law, wanted to keep the money train going. And then on top of that, they have a sanctuary city where they refuse to enforce immigration laws. And you've seen the lists that have come out of ICE. I think that last interview highlighted a couple of them. They're arresting extremely dangerous criminals, pedophiles, rapists, all of these things. And yet they've created this opposition to that. And by doing so, they've created chaos in the streets.
Okay, let me roll two sound bites here that I think can get to the root of this. First of all, number two, guys, this is the police chief in Minneapolis. I did not know that Minneapolis had so few cops. You know, their population is 4,280. They got about 600 sworn officers today. Here's the police chief on that.
I have been concerned for several weeks about the escalating situation that's been unfolding on our streets. Hours before this woman was killed, I was telling people very publicly that I was worried a tragedy was going to happen. I'm concerned that the rhetoric keeps escalating, that the tensions keep rising, that we are headed towards yet another tragedy and a potential trigger to what happened here yet again in 2020.
Josh, I'll go ahead. You go ahead and answer that, then we'll get to the soundbite from the president here.
Yeah, well, look, I've got a lot of sympathy for the police chief. He's doing the best he can. He's trying to balance a boss and the mayor who is doing everything he can do to ramp things up. A governor who said that they're at war. The state of Minnesota is at war with the federal government, and he's just trying to do his job. Remember, this is a police force that had an incredible amount of reduction and potential reduction proposed by a city council that wants this kind of lawlessness after the George Floyd riots. So he's got his hands tied in a lot of ways. It's good the federal agents are there. I think I've talked to a couple of cops personally in Minneapolis, and they're thankful, frankly, that they have federal agents there that are doing the job.
So then broadening it out, as President Trump did last night, he talked about federal payments to sanctuary cities across the country. Watch.
We're not making any payments to sanctuary cities or states having sanctuary cities because they do everything possible to protect criminals at the expense of American citizens, and it breeds fraud and crime and all of the other problems that come. So we're not making any payment to anybody that supports sanctuary cities.
And he said, Josh, that would start on February 1st.
Yeah, I mean, the president doesn't have any choice here, Dana. They have entirely tied the hands of the federal government. Why would you send more money? They have given every indication that they're going to use that money for the same things that they've been using it that wasted $8 billion in the first place. Recall after the Nick Shirley report where they went to all of these Leering centers, as they were spelled, and checked to see if there were kids and found that there were none of them. There was a whole defense from the state of Minnesota about, no, he just didn't, he came in off hours, or no, this one was shut down, and the story changed 1,000 times. They have every intent on continuing business as usual, and it would be absolutely chaotic and counterproductive for a president to do anything but cut the funding.
Well, and one thing that money talks. Okay, so we'll see if that makes a difference. Thank you so much, Josh. Great to see you this morning.
I'm Steve Doocy.
I'm Brian Kilmeade.
And I'm Ainsley Earhart. And click here to subscribe to the Fox News YouTube page to catch our hottest interviews and most compelling analysis.